Everybody, gather round! We've got another one!
Another one what?
Oh, we've got another request for us to create a minifig scaled robot. The title of this series is getting increasingly inaccurate with each episode.
So, what do they want us to build this time?
Nintendo's R.O.B. We better get the captain. No need. I'll get it myself.
Killjoy. Okay, so what's this R.O.B character about then? Well, according to my research, Nintendo created a little robot, an actual, real-life, physical robot accessory released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. But really, guys, if our viewer wants us to make it at minifig scale, which is the whole point of this series, that thing was only 30 centimeters tall. All you'd need is a 1x1 plate, maybe 2 at the most, and you'd be done.
Looks like you didn't delve deep enough, McCluck, as R.O.B, also known as a robotic operating buddy, was so popular he became an unlockable player character in Mario Kart DS and Super Smash Bros. And that version was about the size of a person, meaning it's a challenge we can attend.
So what are we waiting for?
Let's get building!
Alright, first things first, we need to create a base for R.O.B, and according to all those images I've seen, his was hexagonal.
Oh, how are we going to build a hexagonal shape at minifig scale?
I actually couldn't manage a hexagon, GG, but thanks to a bunch of 2x2 plates with one corner cut off, I was able to reproduce an octagon, which I feel is more than good enough for what we're trying to achieve.
Pretty cool, Cap, and on top of that, it's not a piece that we've used in this series before. I think you'll find we're going to be making use of a few more parts that we haven't used before when building R.O.B, Mouse.
Cool, it keeps the series interesting.
Okay, next, let's cover up those unsightly studs with 4 2x2 tiles, also with a corner cut off. Now, to secure all of those pieces together, let's add a 2x2 plate with a single stud at the center in the middle of this build, and a round 2x2 tile with an open stud in the center on top of it.
Oh, why did you use a specialized 2x2 square plate to put that round piece on? Surely a standard 2x2 plate with 4 studs would have worked just as well and would have been more secure to boot, right?
Well, actually, I need that stud at the center for a very specific reason, GG. You see, the next piece is a 2L bar, and that central hollow stud allows me to slot that bar through the 2x2 round tile and into that plate, so it's as low and compact as possible.
Oh, cool.
Now, a bar on its own isn't much use if I want to attach it to another plate or a brick, so let's add a 1x1 round plate with a hollow stud on top of it, and connect a 2x2 plate with wheel holders on either end to it. Wheel holders? What are you building exactly, Captain? R.O.B doesn't have wheels.
You'll see in a second, McCluck.
First, let's add another one of those 2x2 plates with a central open stud in the middle, and now let's tackle those wheel holders by adding to them what we've used for arms in many of our robots, followed by mechanical claw pieces for the hands.
I like the fact that you've used that plate with wheel holders in a different way, Cap.
Yeah, true, yet the arms are so common.
There are only so many ways we can build arms, McCluck, but don't worry, if you want something new, I've got one more piece we haven't used before up my sleeve.
Ah, I'm intrigued.
First, let's add a 1x1 round plate with an open stud, and now a thicker modified plate with 2 studs on the side.
For the head and the eyes. I see what you're doing. Not bad at all.
So, let's first fit in the back of the head with a simple 1x2 plate, and for its face, let's use a 1x2 plate with rounded corners, followed by 2 trans-purple 1x1 round tiles for the eyes.
It already looks pretty good.
We're almost done, GG. First, let's add a third 2x2 plate with a central stud on top, and a trans-red 1x1 round tile at the very top.
Simple, yet effective.
There's one other thing though. R.O.B is able to fly in the games thanks to its built-in rocket boosters, so if you'd like, you could add 8 1x1 transparent round plates on the underside.
Very nice indeed.
Actually, there is one more thing. Although R.O.B is usually depicted as a mixture of grey and dark grey as we've built it here, it actually came in a host of other colors, and the most famous variant was the one that was available exclusively in Japan, a dark red and white combo, and luckily, those parts are available in those colors, if you want to brighten up your collection.
I actually like both.
Without boosters, these R.O.Bs are pretty much minifig scaled. We'll leave it up to you to decide which version you'd prefer to recreate.
So there we are, our 27th robot episode.
Maybe we should think about renaming our series.
Oh, we're way too far down that particular road for that, Doc.
I wonder what robot will be asked to build next.
Provided we can build it, that is. Please, don't propose tiny builds or humongous ones. Be reasonable, you hear?
So tell me, what do you think of our minifig scaled Rob? Do let us know in the comments, and if you like what we do,
and how we do it, and you feel you'd like to help us out,
please consider joining our Patreon.
And if you'd like to help Bobcat manage yet another subscription, you can always buy us a coffee.
We'll leave a link to both of them down in the description.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. To secure all of those pieces together, let's aggy.
But really, guys, if our viewer really wants us to make a nah.